Bon dia. Good morning. Today we're going to look at the Jaboticaba around the grove, and this particular tree is one we focused on a lot in the last, about 5 months. And that's because Hurricane Irma knocked it over and we braced it up. And then it flowered this season. The first Jaboticaba that we have that flowered like crazy. And, so that was encouraging, of course. But unfortunately, probably because its root system was so disturbed, it doesn't seem to be able to support the fruit. So let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's a lot of little fruit. It was looking encouraging for quite some time. But now there's a lack of progress. These are actually sort of dehydrating and they're definitely not growing. In fact, like this one right here, get the little flowers off of it, is turning purple. And that's not because it tastes good. It's about to drop off. We have a few other instances of that around this tree. So even though this particular tree was the first one to flower and it set small fruit this year, it doesn't look like we're going to get any usable fruit. We'll just hope that 2019 is a great year for it. So right next door to our hurricane tree is this Jaboticaba. It's actually the same age as this other tree, and it's had a hard life, but it's looking pretty good relative to hurricane tree, except there's no flowers yet, no small fruit. So we'll just hope that some develop this season for this little tree. So here's a Jaboticaba that we planted from a 100-gallon pot. It was pretty big and we trimmed back as much as we could just to make it possible to move. That pot was heavy. When you get that much dirt in, it's just like at the limit of what you can do without heavy equipment, in my opinion. Maybe it's because I don't have the muscles that a lot of other people do. But anyway, we planted it here because so many of our customers are interested in buying Jaboticaba that we wanted to increase our production of the fruit. And we haven't grown anything in this area before, but I think the Jaboticaba is going to do well here. It gets more water and more nutrients because it's at the bottom of the hill, and so I am hopeful. Of course, that hope has to be long-term hope because it's still recovering from being transplanted. I don't expect any fruit in 2018 from it, but it's really looking good. Lots of new leaves, and I'm trying to keep the new branches from forming on the major trunks, and so when we do get fruit, it'll be really super easy to pick. So here's another Jaboticaba tree, and in the past it hasn't produced a lot of fruit, but we're hoping that this year is going to be its best year yet. Right now it's got some flowers just barely peeking through the bark, so this might be another 6 weeks before we get fruit from it, and we're hoping it's a lot. So finally, here we are at our most promising tree for 2018. This particular tree has been producing pretty well for us for years, and right now we actually have a very few fruit that are almost ready to pick. And then we have some green fruit that are maybe 2 weeks away. But even better, there are a whole lot of flowers on there. And so probably in about a month, we'll start seeing the fruit from those. So anyway, good news. Jaboticaba is on its way. So we like Jaboticaba a lot, and so do a lot of other people. And to try to get the message across to everybody, we've made several videos. And the main video is all about Jaboticaba. It's very informative. We threw in as many interesting things about Jaboticaba and its history as we could. And then we also made a video on how to make Jaboticaba jelly. It's easy, trust me. Just look at the video, try it. You will never taste a better jelly than Jaboticaba jelly.